This week we are going to be answering some more questions from you. However, I'm going to surprise Kevin real quick because sometimes I do this. I have a question to ask you. I heard a conversation on the radio the other day and I thought I want to ask Kevin how he feels about this. They were talking on the radio about how when they were talking about when they were kids, because I'm sure parents still do this these days, but it's just like they were talking about when they were kids, how they would get in trouble, like the mom was home and the dad was at work, and the kid would get in trouble, and the mom would say, "You just wait till your dad gets home." And one of them said that that the dad would come home and he would be so tired after a hard day's work, and the mom would be like, "Little Jimmy's in his bedroom waiting for you to spank him." Now, Dad's not home. Dad's had nothing to do with this. Dad's been at work and he's tired, so he goes in there with the little Jimmy and he says, "Tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna smack this bed, this mattress real hard, and you're gonna let out like you've been hurt, and then we're gonna be done with this, and we're not gonna say anything." And that apparently happened several times
to this person.
Because they were tired when they got home from work, and they weren't involved in what went wrong. So that's my question.
So it's like a parenting conversation between them instead of the kid.
Yeah, it's like, this is not, it's for my opinion is, why in the world would you do that
Delayed punishment.
To the kid, you're right. So number one, why would you delay punishment? And because why would you make them, they've done something at 11 o'clock that morning, why would you punish them at 5 o'clock that night? Number one. But number two, why would you do that to your best friend, your partner,
you're making them the bad guy.
You're making them the bad guy.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
My parents never did that. Ever.
Okay.
Like, never. They took care of their own business.
Well, you probably never did
I was
anything
a
bad.
good kid.
You probably never got in trouble in your life.
I was a good kid, though.
Did you ever get a spanking in your life?
I don't remember spanking. I mean, maybe, possibly a few times, maybe. I don't remember ever
I bet
being spanked.
you didn't.
I don't remember ever being spanked. It may have happened. I just don't remember it. I know they let the school paddle me one time. That was interesting. But I think I've told that story before.
You have, but I don't remember what it was for. Oh, because they thought you were fighting.
Yeah, they thought me and my friend were fighting,
right.
and we were just playing around.
And you weren't fighting.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember.
So, anyway.
Yeah, you have told that, yeah.
And we both got paddled in the principal's office. For playing around. We were just joking around. Kept telling them we were joking around. But anyway.
So they asked your mom permission first?
Oh, yeah. You couldn't spank them without permission.
And your mom gave permission?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can whip my child. I would be like, are you out of your freaking mind?
Kind of like that comedian doing the Walmart greeter. Want me to spank that kid for you? Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
It was one of those the redneck comedy tours or whatever it's called. It was one of those guys. Want me to spank that kid for you? I had a neighbor, though, that would always do that. Always.
Wait till your dad gets home?
Every time. They would do something. Unfair. And the daughter was really, she didn't really do much. But the son would get in trouble all the time. And it was constantly, because I played with him. He was around he was like a year younger than me. But me and him played together. And the daughter was there too. She was the same age as me. But me and him would actually be running around playing kickball or whatever. And he would do something. And she would come out and say, "Mark, you wait till your dad comes home. You're going to get in trouble." I mean, I heard it like every day.
I wonder if he really did.
And knowing them, probably. Knowing that family, he probably did get spanked. Or get in trouble by the dad.
Right.
Yeah. They made him the bad guy.
I do not think that's fair. I think if your kid does something, then you need to, if you think it's wrong, you take care of it. Because you're the one that's home. You're the one that's witnessed it.
I wonder if that still happens, though.
I'm sure, I bet it does. You're the one that's witnessed it, well then you take care of it. If it bothered you, then you
have to tell
take
us,
care of it.
As a younger, either a parent or a child.
Right now, yeah.
Did that happen to you? Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah, if you're watching this and you have young kids, do you do that? Because if you do, I don't think it's right. Yeah, because that's something that bothered you. It might not have necessarily bothered Dad if he was home. Dad might have been like, well, go ahead and hang from the chandelier. I don't care. Yeah. So I don't think that's fair. But I heard that and it was like.
But I had a neighbor that did it every day. Literally every day.
he probably needed it.
He was still walking the next day, so I guess he wasn't too bad.
That or she just said that and it never happened.
Never happened. My guess is it probably, because she was very, I hate to see the word meek and mild. She was very soft spoken, and she didn't really even go out much. I mean, she stayed at home, and I don't remember her going to the store.
I thought you were going to use the word devout, and instead you said
well, that
meek.
too. That too. They were very religious people too. But she was very very quiet and very mild and soft spoken. So my guess is she probably never ever mentioned it. But once you've done that about 3 times, the kids realize it, and they know she's never going to tell Dad anything, so I'm going to do what I want to.
Right.
That kids aren't stupid.
No, kids aren't stupid. Okay, well, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it never happened to me.
I
wanted
to hear what you had to say about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think the parent, whoever witnesses the crime, should punish the committer.
Okay. Somebody said, Tammy, what did you do for work before or prior to YouTube, and did you stop due to YouTube? My first job was at Kmart.
As a teenager.
Yeah, as a cashier. Well, my very first job I think I've said for 3 days, was at like Wendy's for 3 days. And then I worked at Kmart as a cashier when I was 16. And then when I was about 18, I worked at Winn-Dixie, and I like being a cashier. In both of those jobs, I really liked it because
She's talky.
I'm one of those talky people where you're in line waiting, and you're like, I wish she would just shut up and we could just go on. That's why they created the self-checks for people like me.
You can talk all you want. We're still gonna go.
Yeah, we're gonna do our own. But no, I really enjoyed that. And then I was a paraeducator, is what it's called, for a year. So I worked at a preschool, and there were preschool kids, and basically you're an assistant. You're an assistant to the
main teacher.
The main teacher, yes, I did that. But no,
that was the last full time.
I also, for a year, I tutored.
Yeah.
So I got
in elementary school.
Yeah, I got this job for a year where I was helping to tutor kids. They were going to, they needed help with reading. And so I would help them, and I was a tutor for a year. It was like one of these teachers.
It was a grant program.
It was like you pulled kids from the classroom. Yeah. So I would be in the library, set up in the library, and they would send these kids from the class to me, and then I would tutor them, and then they would go back to class. It was that kind of thing. And a lot of times schools have those people built in now, whereas they didn't back when I did it.
Like resource people.
Yeah, but for every other year, I was a stay-at-home mom. And Kevin and I just, early on, I think you liked that as much as I did, because Kevin did not have to do any housework. He never had to make a meal unless he was cooking out or something on the grill, which would have only been like on the weekend. But I cooked all the meals. I did the dishes. I did everything because he worked. Kevin was gone at that time. He would leave the house at like 6:30 in the morning, and he wasn't getting home until sometimes 10 o'clock at night. He was gone all day, every day, because he would work a regular job, and then he would go to school, and he was a teacher at night. And that's how we could afford me to stay home.
Yeah.
And
which I didn't mind.
And you were completely okay with that. Yeah.
I wasn't completely absent from homework, though. I'll help you clean up and stuff like that.
Oh, well, you're not.
Some people are like, that's your job, I'm not touching it. That was not me. I was always, if you need help with something, tell me and I'll help.
Of course. Yeah. Kevin's not that type of person. And I'm very fortunate that Kevin's a clean person anyway.
Except for my desk. My desk, for some reason, I don't mind being cluttery.
But I don't think in our whole marriage, I've never witnessed you like throw a pair of socks on the floor. You hear about women say, "Oh, he throws his socks in the floor, or he throws his clothes." If Kevin did that, I would think he was sick. Like, there would be something like, what's going on in your head?
Even when I'm sick and gotta take a nap, I take them off and put them on the chair to where I can put them back on.
Yeah, Kevin doesn't, he's not like that. And I'm so fortunate because, yeah, he's a very neat, clean person. Yeah. And I'm a very neat, clean person.
My mom and dad were very neat people.
Yes.
Because you go to their house right now, you don't see stuff laying around and stuff.
The only thing
it's cluttery.
It's cluttered. Okay.
But so that's just from, I think that's just, I think that's an age thing. Because your mom and dad were the same way. Yes. And your aunt's the same way.
Yes.
Yeah. They like to collect.
Well, they like to have everything close so they don't have to get up and go get it. Yeah. So like Kevin and I have a place for everything. So for example, headache medicine. If we keep headache medicine, what is that called? Ibuprofen. Yeah. We keep ibuprofen in a cabinet in the bathroom. Away, nobody can see it. It's not sitting out.
Right.
My parents.
And mine.
And yours, in the kitchen. It's in the kitchen. It's right on the counter. Mom had like 50 jars of vitamins that she would take every day. Didn't do any good to take all those vitamins, by the way. It didn't keep anything from happening to her. So just know that. I think people are spending a lot of money they don't need to spend. Anyway, they were all on the counter.
Yeah.
I would never dream of doing that. Even if I took those same 50 vitamins every day, I would get them out and then I would put them back because the clutter would drive me mad.
Now, see, my dad was, we had in a round table, kitchen table, and in the center we had one of those Lazy Susan, one of those little turntable things, and it had napkins and salt and pepper and Dad's medicine. It was filled with it. I don't know why he decided to stick them on the Lazy Susan or the whatever it's called. I don't know why he did that. But then they also keep stuff. Dad was always a lounge chair, recliner kind of guy. And he has a table next to him, and they always kept magazines. And
your mom keeps her nail polish.
And they just
her nail polish, nail polish.
Whereas we would keep nail polish in the cabinet, in the drawer.
Never, because what if I wouldn't want somebody? For me, I don't like looking at that. I don't want to look at that and see that.
More organized.
We are both very, very organized.
So my parents, but your parents, and like I said, her aunt, they're all basically the same way. And I wonder if that's not an age thing.
I don't know. Like when we
But even just your house, we're kind of a minimalist decoration. We don't have a lot of extra stuff.
Yes.
They have a lot of stuff.
Yes, a lot of stuff everywhere. When I was growing up, this was my childhood home, if you don't know, if you're new to the channel. So when I was growing up, the kitchen was different. We renovated the kitchen and now we have a window seat. But where that window seat was, they had like a shelving system and they had a TV on it. Well, that was my dad's place for putting his rings or his watch he had his stuff too. He had his places where he put his stuff. That would drive me mad if you did that.
See, I put mine on the mantle next to my computer.
Yes, and it's not a lot of stuff.
It's always in the same place, and it is out of the way, but I think I can make that area cluttery.
You can.
Sometimes.
Yeah, you can. I noticed too, your parents are really bad. When you go into our bathroom, if you look into our shower right now, there is one bottle of shampoo, there is one bottle of conditioner, and there is one bar of soap.
That's true.
If you go into Kevin's parents' bathroom right now, there will be 30. Products. No less than 30. I don't know how they get them all in there and how they get them to stay up.
There's only 2 people there.
How can 2 people living in this house generate that many bottles of crap? Why do you need all those? I mean, for goodness sakes, it's shampoo and conditioner. You get in and you get out and throw everything else away.
They've always been like that.
But Ashley has shampoo, conditioner, a bar of soap, and she also has body wash.
Right.
So now that we're talking about this, I'm wondering, why do you need body wash and a bar of soap?
Maybe a moisturizing.
Are there certain things you're washing with the body wash?
Maybe your face uses a soap and you're...
I don't know. And you're washing something else with the soap? I have no idea. But there must be some difference.
We never use body wash, so.
No, never use body wash.
Yeah, we go through it too fast.
Yeah, we go through it really, really fast. So anyway, yeah, how did we even get off on that?
We were talking about working.
We were talking about working.
Oh, me working and you staying at home and me.
And that led into all that.
Sometimes, you go down the rabbit hole.
Well,
ultimately, the answer to that question is she did not have a full-time job. She was a stay-at-home mom, which is a full-time job, while I was working.
That's nice of you to say.
I couldn't have done it. I would rather go to work.
Kevin would probably rather...
I would rather go to work every day from 6 to 9 than have to go pick up kids and homework and memorizing spelling words and well, he went to that private school. He had to memorize stuff every day.
It was ridiculous. He went to a private school. I would never...
Looking back on it, it's almost comical how much it was they had you memorize.
I would never, ever, ever do it again, the private school. He learned
At least not this one.
So much. It's so unnecessary.
And what's funny though is he still remembers a lot of that stuff. He can still quote some of that stuff. His memory is
and some of you would
amazing.
be like, oh, that's great. But it's still unnecessary. Who needs to know this crap? Nobody needs to have their mind filled up with these useless things that they're never going to use stuff. He had to learn so much and about so many people and dates, and I don't know these people and these dates, and does it have any effect on my life whatsoever? Absolutely not. I don't think about these people. It was just absolutely useless. And so when I say he cried every day, I'm talking about like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Because he would come home and he would know it was going to be a solid 2 hours at least, minimum, if not 3. 2 to 3 hours of homework every single night. That's how ridiculous it was. It's like, what are you learning in school? Because we're having to do it all at home.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I wouldn't do that again. But yes, Kevin would rather not have to deal
with all that.
And then have the spelling words. And we would learn...
I'm a horrible speller anyway, so...
Yeah, we would learn, there would be like 20 words total. I don't even think teachers give spelling tests these days. I don't think that's a common thing anymore. But they would get 20 words in a week, so we would learn 5 words every night.
And then the last couple days of the week, you would just rehound on the same.
Now, Ashley was like Kevin. Ashley would know them all the first night, and she wouldn't have to study at all. I think you were that kind of learner in school to where you didn't have to study a lot.
You would think so.
With Andrew, you're very smart. But with Andrew, he was like me, and he would have to learn like 5 a night. Yeah. That's how I learned too, is a certain amount every single night. But anyway, have you changed your mind about wanting another pet since Chapel died? And if you have, would you want a dog or a cat?
Let me say, she didn't stop working because she was a full-time mom. So
there was no job.
Actually, she added work from YouTube. YouTube added a lot of work.
I've worked now more than I've ever worked in my life. Yeah. Longer hours than I've ever worked in my life.
She tries to drag me into it too, and I refuse.
Sometimes. Okay, so have you changed your mind about wanting another pet since Chapel died? And would you want a cat or a dog if you did?
I have not changed my mind. I like to rub on a dog or a cat when I'm out somewhere, but as far as owning one, I don't miss owning a dog or a cat.
For me, there's definitely things we miss.
Oh yeah, there's things I miss, but did that change my mind about owning to own another one? No.
Right, because you have your pros and cons list, and once we start making that list, the cons always outweigh everything. For us, we enjoy the freedom. The freedom because I always felt guilty. Anytime we would leave the house to go even shopping for the day, I would feel guilty that Guido was here by himself. And
that's probably why a lot of people take their dogs with them.
Yes, which I do not appreciate. I don't like it when people take their pets to the store. But
that's the thing.
That's the thing. But I don't miss worrying about him being at home by himself and him being depressed or missing us or whatever.
Vacation, having to deal with people coming over and taking care of them.
Yes, we had to have, my aunt came a couple times while we would go on vacation because we couldn't have gone on vacation without somebody, literally she spent the night at the house because if you take them to a pet hotel, a lot of times those pet hotels, they leave for the night. So they're still locked in a cage all by themselves. And I didn't want that for Guido. So my aunt would come in and she would spend the night and stay right there at the house and keep him company, which I greatly appreciate, even to this day. I don't miss the hair. I don't miss the cleaning up the hair constantly. I don't miss the vet bills. The vet bills, the heart guard, the front line that you have to give them every month or every few months. The
taking them outside to go pee and poop every day.
The food bills and all that stuff.
So that's all stuff we
don't miss.
Don't miss it all.
I do.
Now we do miss the petting and the rubbing, having someone to love on and stuff like that. Not someone. I do miss that.
Right, but I
which is a bigger chunk. I agree.
But we don't miss that enough to want to dedicate. Okay,
all the other stuff.
You're bringing in this thing for it. You're going to have it for probably 18 years. There's the potential to have it for at least 18 years. And then too, nobody tells you, nobody thinks about, nobody talks about at the end of their life how they change so much and how they might not want to go outside to go to the bathroom anymore and how they can't see, they go blind and all these medical issues come up and they can get cancer just like a person can get cancer, or they could have breathing issues just like a person can have breathing issues. And
it's rough on you.
It's rough on you and it's rough on them. It's rough to go through. And I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay to not do that.
But if I were to get another one, it would be a cat.
I know why you're saying cat.
Because I'm lazy.
Because he doesn't want to have to take it outside.
I don't want to have to take it something outside all the time.
He doesn't want to have to take it. And just being frank, you don't have to take a cat to the vet like you do a dog.
Well, you probably should.
You probably should, but we never did. We would get the cat and it was good for life in the house.
Yeah, I mean,
we would rarely have to take a cat.
We did get the cat shots, especially the beginning.
We get them at the beginning and we'd get it fixed, and then that was it.
Yeah. But you don't have to give them baths. You had to give the dog a bath. I never gave the cat a bath.
No.
Which, that's a challenge if you've ever done that.
Yeah.
Because I've had to rinse paint off one.
They have wonderful personalities. And I love, like Kevin is constantly, I'm getting recommended all kinds of animals on Instagram all the time now because I've watched all the videos that he has been sending me. I love watching them.
Please. She's been watching pug videos on there long before I was looking at animals.
I love watching pug videos. I love watching the little friends, the groundhogs and otters and beavers and all these little animals. And I love how they all have their little personalities and they're wonderful. So, and I'll look at some of them sometimes and I'll say, oh, I want a pug. But then before you act on something like that, you really need to think. Mm-hmm. And so far, I'm not going to ever say never.
No, as of right now, right?
Just as of right now. Yeah. Okay. Then somebody.
So what would you get? A dog or a cat? If you did get it, what would you get?
I would get a dog.
Would you?
I would get a dog.
I can live with a dog, but it's a lot of work.
Because a dog, I think a dog causes you to have a different kind of a lifestyle, because I think a dog can get you out more. I think you're taking the dog out.
Unless you have a pug.
Huh?
Unless you have a pug.
We took Guido out for a walk all the time. We would take him up to the school.
He didn't like it.
He did. He would chase leaves.
He couldn't even breathe.
Somebody brought up.
And if it's too hot outside, you can't take a pug outside because they get overheated really bad.
Yeah, a pug would probably be really, really bad. Like if you lived in Texas or Florida or someplace like that.
Except take them out in the morning.
Somebody mentioned how they snore. Yes, pugs snore.
But them and bulldogs and all those kind of dogs.
But I do like it that dogs will cause you to have a different lifestyle because they get you out more. They get you out walking, and
That's why I like a cat.
You're getting out. You're at least going out a couple times a day because you're having to take them out.
Yeah.
With a cat,
standing in frustration while you wait for them to poop
and go around in circles. He would start circling, and then you would think, oh, good, he's gonna go
found his spot.
because once he's circling, he's gonna go, and then all of a sudden
he'll shoot off. It's like, oh my
you'd
God.
be like, oh my gosh,
and it's cold outside, raining.
Yeah.
See, I don't miss any of that.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, we got two questions in.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that's good for you all. You hear all these stories.
Okay, the next one. This is a longer question. For a holiday dinner, they actually said for Thanksgiving or Christmas.
That's all right.
What would you serve as your two main meats? If you could pick two main meats to have at holiday dinners, what would you have? So for us, it's very traditional. My mom would have the same thing. For like Easter, she would have a turkey breast. So she wouldn't have the whole turkey. She would just do the breast. And she would have like ham. So a city ham or a country ham or whatever. That's what I would choose too. If I had to choose two meats, I would pick a turkey and ham.
Yeah, me too.
And I
think we agree on all these.
I would always pick a country ham because it's salty. We prefer salty country ham over a sweet city ham. Okay. And then this person said if you had to pick 6 to 8.
They asked about a meatless main. I don't even know what a meatless main would be. Unless it's a pasta dish of some kind, but we wouldn't have that as a holiday dinner.
No, I don't have any meatless. I don't have a meatless main.
For our family, you wouldn't need one.
No. Well,
because even if they were vegetarian, they would just eat sides.
They would eat sides. They just wouldn't have a main dish. They would just eat sides. And I think a lot of vegetarians are used to that.
Yeah.
They're used to eating a lot of sides.
But I'm curious what other people would have. So if you are vegetarian, what would you have as a main dish for a holiday? I mean, you're talking about family and everything. What would you have?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't have anything that, they would just have to suffer in silence, I guess.
Just have to eat some
they would
salad.
have to eat some sides, and that would be it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then they said 6 to 8 sides. So I would have what we always have. I would have baked macaroni and cheese. I would have broccoli casserole. Lots of potatoes. I would have hash brown casserole, but I would also have mashed potatoes. I would have green beans, rolls, salad. That's pretty much what we have at all the big holiday dinners.
Yeah.
And then the same person said choose 2 to 4 pies that you would have for the holiday dinner. Kevin
pecan and pumpkin would be my 2.
Kevin would definitely have pecan. Kevin makes he's made the recipe on the channel before. I've mentioned this. He makes a pumpkin pecan cheesecake, and I absolutely love it. My sister loves it too. Yeah. I would like that, and I would like your chocolate peanut butter pie, which is on the channel.
That would be requested by
Ashley and Andrew love Kevin's chocolate peanut butter pie. It's really good and
rich, heavy.
Yeah, all those recipes are on the channel.
So sweet, make you sick.
Yes,
it's that kind of pie.
Okay, if you could enforce one law that would make our world safer, what would it be?
There's so many that you could say would make you safe. Because, no murdering, no killing would make it safer. But then again, like stealing and robbing would be another one.
I mean, but those are laws already. But they're saying if you could enforce.
Like 100% always, like this wouldn't happen again. That's how I'm reading that.
Right.
Like, if you could enforce and make this not happen ever again, what would it be? I would think the robbery and stuff like that would get rid of a lot of stuff. Like no stealing.
Right. Yeah, but you're not supposed to do that anyway. I mean.
Yeah, but people do, and they try, and they get away with it.
I know.
That's why they keep doing it.
Well, I tell you what,
It depends on how you take that question.
People would not want me to be in charge. And I'm not going to go into this. I'm just going to say, give a blanket statement and say, if I could change the punishment in the United States, I would change the punishment, because I would use punishment that they use in other countries, and there's very, very little crime. There's very little violence because people are scared to do anything.
You don't want to get messed with that stuff.
Yes, you don't want certain things to happen, because if you were to steal, you would know that this is going to happen to you and you would be terrified. But guess what? Those countries are so much safer. I had a whole plane ride talking to this guy next to me, and he was the same way. He was like, this country, and he was naming countries. It's so much safer there. And I'm like, I know. I don't get why we don't have these kind of punishments here, because if we did have these punishments, you wouldn't get this stuff happening like it does. But anyway, I was thinking more basic, like cell phones while driving. Do you know how many times we've...
That's still a law too, though.
It is. But do you know how many times we've been going down the road and seen somebody looking at their cell phone while we're driving? And
police officers too.
I need to have a sign. I would love to have a sign in the car. Put your phone down, or I see you, or some, because it's like, not only...
They wouldn't notice the sign, though. They're looking at their phone.
Yeah, they're looking at their phone. It makes me just want to scream when I see somebody on their cell phone.
There's nothing on your phone more important than driving.
Yeah, it's just...
It's funny though, we've
seen
police officers doing the exact same thing. Like driving down the road looking at their phone.
I have. Yeah, and unfortunately...
Not more than once, unfortunately.
Yeah. But, so, I mean, everybody's doing it, and I just absolutely hate it. But that's... Okay. What do you like to mix in your scrambled eggs?
Ham and onions.
I like...
country ham and onions.
Yes.
Or bacon and onions.
Yes.
Bacon and onions would be good too.
Oh, yes. Okay, so we've had both. We'll either... Yeah, we will substitute the meat. So if we have bacon, crumbled bacon, we'll crumble bacon. But if we have country ham, like if we've had a family dinner and we have leftover country ham, well, then the next day or two, Kevin and I are making eggs. Yeah. And we'll do the...
It's kind of like a Western omelet, hams, onions, and peppers.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like green peppers. I like a lot of onions. The cheese way back when, probably 15, 20 years ago, I was all about tons and tons and tons of cheese. Now I'm more about a minimal amount of cheese. Very minimal.
I could care less about the cheese.
Yeah, because I want to taste the other thing. Yeah, so it doesn't matter if we don't even use cheese at all, because I want to really taste the onion and the meat. That's what I like in my scrambled eggs.
Yeah. So the best scrambled eggs I ever had, was my uncle. We were camping. My mom and dad, and my uncle and his family were camping together at a camping ground. And he made an egg scramble on a fire with scrambled eggs and peppers and bacon. And it was like just, I guess it was because it was kind of rustic, and it was over the fire in an iron skillet. And we're sitting outside eating, which, if you know me, eating outside would like be the worst thing for me. But back then, when you were a kid, it's like that was cool. We were eating outside, and that was like some of the best stuff.
The meal starts with the smells.
Oh yeah.
So you're outside. There, you're smelling that, you're getting hungry.
And everybody else is cooking sausages, and everybody around you is cooking breakfast too. So you're getting a whole campground full of just smells. Yeah. That's some of the best. That's one thing I remember about a really good breakfast.
Now, when you mentioned sausage, would you rather have sausage like patties or links?
Patties.
I think patties.
I never liked the links that much.
I don't mind the links. I don't mind the links at all, but I do like the patties.
I mean, I can eat links, but they're kind of a mushier texture. I just don't like the texture as much. If you get them good and crispy, they're nice.
That's what I was going to say. I like mine more well done. Yeah. I like mine very, very, if I'm going to have a link, it needs to be very, very, very dark.
I know when I worked for Bob Evans, you would occasionally get those requests for crispy links. Yeah.
Okay. See, what luxury would you like to enjoy at least once? What luxury would you like to enjoy at least once? I would like to go first class at least once to the UK. Or to across the pond somewhere. It doesn't have to be to the UK.
Or Hawaii.
It could be to Hawaii. That would be fine.
A long flight.
That's a 5-hour flight. Yeah. That would be fun. Cool. That would be fine too. That is a luxury.
That's something we would probably never pay for.
Right. We've never paid for that before because we always say, it's only 5 hours. We can sit in Comfort Plus for 5 hours. It's completely comfortable.
I mean, we do bump up to Comfort Plus.
But I do think so Hawaii would be different because Hawaii, you're talking about regular seats in first class. When I say luxury, when I'm thinking luxury,
you're thinking about the pods.
I am thinking about going across the pond to, wherever, Switzerland or Australia or New Zealand or wherever. Because yes, I'm thinking about the pods where you can lay down and go to sleep if you want. You have your own private little pod. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. I would like to do that at least once.
That'd be cool. I think it'd be neat to go into, when we're traveling, to go to some kind of really high-end luxury hotel room. And stay in it's like a house.
Like a penthouse.
Yeah, it's like a house. You're going to somebody's house basically and staying. That would be cool.
That would be nice.
So we'll fly in luxury and then stay in luxury.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, those are just two things that I can't imagine. I don't see ever happening.
No, it'd be neat if you got the VIP treatment at the place you were going. Like if we went to Disney and we got the VIP treatment at Disney, and they have guides that take you everywhere, and you get in the rides. You don't have to wait in line. So that'd be cool.
That is cool. That is cool, and you can pay to get the VIP treatment. You can do that. However, what I noticed is those people that do that don't get to experience near what we do.
That's true.
Because we are going ride, and even though we're waiting in line, we seem to be getting to ride a lot more than they do. I don't know. When I've watched videos of people who have gotten that, and it's been years ago, but when I've watched people who have gotten that treatment, it's like you just don't seem to be getting to do as many as a regular person running around. But, Yeah,
I would pick that luxury hotel room.
What is your favorite soft drink?
Root beer. A&W root beer right now.
That's your very favorite right now?
Right now. It'll change. Give me another 3 or 4 years and I'll switch over to something else.
And mine's Coke Zero.
Yeah, I like tea as well, but I don't enjoy drinking tea. Drink. Yeah, well, that's true. It's not a soft drink. But I also don't want to drink it all the time. It's something I don't enjoy I wouldn't solely drink tea. I'd really have a soft drink.
Let me just say this right here while he's talking about tea. I had Kevin, if you watch the grocery hauls, Kevin buys a lot of tea and he's been drinking this tea, the Gold Peak tea. And I've had several comments from people who say that their husbands have had, is it kidney stones or some kind of issues from tea?
Yeah, you can get stones from tea.
But I find that to be not typical. Think about British people. British people drink tea all day, every day. A lot of them do. Not everybody. I'm not going to stereotype the whole country because British
people is a thing
don't like tea. However, it is as common there as coffee is here. Tea is there, and they drink tea constantly.
Is it higher concentration of stones there?
I don't think so. You don't hear about people in the UK having those troubles. It's like not everybody has those issues, is what I'm saying.
I have looked it up though, because Tammy mentioned that somebody had said that, and I looked it up.
Several people had said that.
And there are certain kinds of teas that can increase the chances of you getting stones because of some kind of calcium chemical in there.
Is Gold Peak in that?
I don't know. It's some kind of tea.
Don't you think it would be smart for you to find out if that's?
I don't drink enough of it to. Okay. I don't drink it all day long. Like my mom drank tea like all day long every day. I mean, that's all she drank. I only drink like one a day, if that.
I had to quit. I had to quit drinking tea all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't drink tea at all.
But there's certain teas that are actually good for you and actually reduce the chance of you getting stones. So I think it's
but it's probably not one that I would like.
I think it's more green teas and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's probably not one that I want. I don't want grass.
Anyway, yes, I'm sure it does increase yours, but I don't drink enough of it to worry about. I mean, hell, I'm going to die of something somewhere with something I've eaten or drink.
Yeah,
so
that is a certainty.
Yeah.
We're all going at some point.
I'm sure, the soft drinks I drink, I'm sure that causes something, the whatever. It's just
but let's have a little joy.
Yeah, no matter what you do, you're taking in something that's been processed. It's got a chemical in it. It's got something in it. I'm not going to stress about it. Yeah, although I'd rather not have a stone if I could help it, because Dad had kidney stones and he was not a pleasant person when he had those.
Oh, listen, when you are in pain, when you live,
I'm not saying he wasn't pleasant. I'm saying he didn't go through a pleasant experience. It was awful.
Oh, I'm sure. When you have people that live with chronic pain, I cannot even imagine, because you are not you.
No.
When you have pain, because I went through a period of time when I was morbidly obese, I had, what was it called? A neuropathy. I had neuropathy in my feet. And that's one of those things where when you get diagnosed with neuropathy, you think you're stuck with it forever. You think you're always...
And some people might.
And some people might, yeah, of course. But for me, I was able to completely eliminate the neuropathy by losing weight. I lost weight and all of those problems went away. Everything that I was taking medicine for, having the problem, I was literally taking the maximum dose every single day. I was taking like 8 pills a day of gabapentin for neuropathy, and I thought I was going to have this for life, because there was no mention of, you have neuropathy, however, if you lose some weight, you'll be able to go off these pills and you won't have it anymore. No, when it was told you have neuropathy, it was like, oh, you're stuck with you're just screwed down.
Well, it's usually nerve damage of some kind.
But for me,
it was weight related.
It was weight related, so it wasn't. But my what I'm trying to say is, though, when I was in pain with my feet, when I was going through that neuropathy, I wasn't me. I wasn't the happy me, because there was this constant, like, my feet were constantly in pain, and there was this constant, like, and you're not you. So if you live with someone who's in that kind of pain, or you have that yourself, I feel so bad for anybody who deals with that, because I can't imagine. It would almost drive you mad. It really would. Okay. If you could, we're going back, I mentioned the airline earlier. If you could change one thing about the airlines to make your flights more enjoyable, what would it be?
I think if you guaranteed that they were always on time, that would eliminate a lot of your stress with traveling. If you knew that your flights were going to be on time, you knew.
But that's like saying guaranteeing that a doctor's always going to be on time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They get behind.
If there's one thing I could say that to make it better,
that would be it.
Guarantee that they're always on time.
Right.
They're never going to be late. And do I think that's possible? No. But I'm saying
that would be it.
That would be the thing.
So it's completely unrealistic, but that's what he would like.
Right. I want to always be on time no matter what. That way I can schedule, okay, if we've got an hour and a half layover, we've got an hour and a half layover to go look at whatever stores are around. We could walk down and get something to eat. And I know I've got an hour and a half before the next one leaves. Instead, it's like, okay, this first one's late. So we now only have 30 minutes. And we have to rush to go from one place to the other, and you end up not eating anything. We've done that so many times. It's like,
oh yeah.
So I try to schedule in a longer layover, which some people would say, I only want half an hour layover. That's just too close for me.
It is these days.
So we've gotten to the point where we schedule longer layovers in connecting flights, just so we don't get go hungry all day long. So anyway, that would be mine. Make sure they're on time.
Mine would be. I wish they had a policy. I wish they didn't overbook flights.
Yeah, that's true.
I do not think that is right for them to overbook flights. It's just that
I mean, I can understand it from a bit money sense that you want to make sure the flights are completely full.
Right.
And if you tick off a customer, that's okay because you still got a full flight and you get your money. But it doesn't work very well from a customer's satisfaction standpoint.
No, I don't think it's right for them to do that.
Because if you're the person that gets bumped, you're not going to be very satisfied.
Yeah.
And you may or may not ever travel with them again.
If you've never watched on YouTube, all these are on YouTube, and I love them. That airline show where what I think it's called Airline or something like that. But anyway, the whole shows are available to watch on YouTube. They're wonderful. And if you like seeing like ticked off passengers and stuff like that, you need to watch some of those shows because these people are furious, and a lot of times they've missed their flight, and it's their fault.
It's their fault
because
they were in the bar or something.
Yeah, they try to get on the plane drunk or something like that, and they're like, "Sir, you're not getting on today." I love watching those shows.
Most of the time, it's not the airline's fault. It's the person's fault.
It's the person's fault.
But they do overbook flights, and that's just a thing.
Yes.
Which I'm amazed. It's always, and I've told Tammy this before, it always amazes me how there's even an option that there would be empty seats on a plane. So me and Tammy have booked a flight. We're going to fly to Florida on Friday. And we booked a flight, and we just decide not to go. I mean, it's like,
right.
I mean, I know emergencies happen, and they're fine. Millions of people a day, so I can understand, that's going to happen. It just seems like that happens more often than you would think it would happen. Like who's not going to check in and get their flight? It's amazing to me.
The channel on YouTube, it's A&E, so that's a channel on TV.
Yeah.
A&E, and the name of the show is Airline. And it'll say
it's
Airline,
older, isn't it?
and these are older episodes.
I mean, it still applies,
but like this A&E, they have 32 videos on there, and I mean, you can watch like, and then they've done like a marathon. They'll do compilations of like all these people have missed it for one reason, right. And then they'll go through all those, and it's an awesome show, very, very entertaining. Not entertaining for the people in it, but entertaining for the people watching it. Let's see. What current product do you think will baffle people in 100 years?
Oh, there's so many different things. I'm sure that would be crazy. I would think like a microwave probably wouldn't be around in 100 years. They're probably using something else.
In 100 years?
Yeah, air fryers. Is that going to be a thing in 100 years? I don't know.
I think game systems, like a PlayStation or an Xbox.
Yeah, those will completely change in 100 years.
Yeah, I would think that, I don't know, will TVs come with something built in?
Yeah.
But then you would have to have a...
Well, it would be probably cloud-based, because they're kind of doing cloud-based gaming now, where you can play games on through your TV.
Yeah, they are.
Not even on the system, you play it through the internet.
But is the TV going to come with a
or just something you can buy a controller and a little monthly subscription, and then
I don't know. But I think the game systems will definitely change. Stuff like that.
That's true. I'm trying to think of something like would be, because there's things there. I was on a Reddit thread that would talk about these old gadgets and stuff, and you would look at something and go, what the heck was that used for? And it was used for something that is not used anymore, for like railroad ties, for them hammering them in by a thing. It was something special that they used to do hammering railroad ties. It was just things like that. It's like, we don't do that anymore.
I've seen Facebook posts like that. A picture of what is this?
Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore, so they don't know. We haven't used that for 50 years, so nobody knows what it is. I'm trying to think of things that are like that for us. And I can't think of it, but who knows what we're going to be not doing in 100 years.
I think you could hand one of the grandkids an 8-track
tape. Have you seen? I've seen a video of somebody having a cassette tape.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like, what is this? I can only give you the hint. It's got music on it. And they go, well, how do you use it? It's just the tape. So they're like holding it up to their ear.
I can see them trying to pull it out.
Yeah, and they're like, well, I don't even, how
or
does this
see
work?
Something on it, pull it out, and maybe try to see a little. Yeah,
it's funny because these kids are like, I don't know.
I don't have a clue what that is.
It's funny, the records, they would probably know what to do with the record.
Yeah, because they sell records now. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
You're right, an 8-track would really.
An 8-track would.
I mean, 8-tracks were
chunky.
I was very young.
I was
my
too.
mom and dad had an 8-track. They were going away when I was a kid, and that's been 55 years ago.
Yeah. What is your favorite genre of movies?
Probably action, but also but I don't like just action in general. I really enjoy like fantasy, sci-fi kind of action. Like I would think the Avengers would be kind of sci-fi.
You like the Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. Lord of the Rings is kind of fantasy. It's not really action, but it's kind of, I like those kind of movies.
Yeah, I'm going to say action as well.
You like superhero movies too? I mean, just regular old.
I like Die Hard.
Yeah,
I like
regular people.
Yeah, I like action.
I like those too, but.
You know, movies, I don't know, like Speed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like
Taken.
regular, Taken. That's an action movie. I like action movies.
Yeah.
James Bond.
Oh, yeah.
I like, I like fast cars.
James Bond was better in the old days though, when they had gadgets.
Yeah,
nowadays they don't do the gadgets anymore, and it's like.
I like action
like
movies.
Them,
yeah, definitely.
I like action movies, but I like them with a sci-fi, fantasy kind of.
I can see that though, because I love
theme.
Lord of the Rings and stuff like that.
Was Lord of the Rings? Would that be an action movie? It has action in it, or would it be more of a drama?
It would probably be.
An epic fantasy.
Yeah,
adventure.
It probably would be. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be a action movie. Yeah.
I don't know how you classify that one. Because there's action in it.
But I still like that more than like a chick flick.
Yeah.
I just
do. Rom-com.
Yeah. What is your favorite place that you have traveled to? So like out of all the places that we have been on vacation.
Probably my favorite just to go hang out, probably Hawaii. I really like the beach and stuff like that.
So if you like every place we've been to, that's what
I mean, it depends on what you're going for. As far as favorite places to go and relax and just kind of chill out, I like Hawaii. Mm-hmm. If you're wanting to go to some place where you don't have to do a lot and they take care of everything, but you're running around a lot and you're not really relaxing, then Disney would be a best location. So it really just depends on what you're looking for.
I noticed you did not say the UK.
No, the UK's stressful for me. I just don't like it. I mean, you're basically just saying, okay, I'm going to go visit a big city.
Yeah.
I don't like big cities.
Oh yeah, see, I like big cities. I like
big cities are not for me.
I like big cities. I like big city energy.
I like large cities or medium-sized cities, but I don't like the really big ones.
Is that a thing? BCE, big city energy?
Could be.
I think my favorite place that I've traveled to, you know what? I think this is going to shock a lot of people, but there's more than one reason. Everybody has their own reason for things, and I absolutely love London, love it. But I'm going to say Hawaii. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say Hawaii because there's just so many different reasons. It is very important and meaningful for me that we've gotten to take Ashley every time we've gone. I like it that we get to be with her for a whole week and that we get to all three of us experience that together. I like it that I do like it that it is a more laid back. As much as I like seeing the architecture and everything, and I like being busy, I do like that more laid back. I like being on the ocean. I like to be at the heat. I like
it's hot, but it's not ridiculously. It's warm. It's nice and hot.
It's pleasant. I like the places the restaurants that we visit and the things that we do, and it's just really laid back and easy going. Mm-hmm. And I really do enjoy that. Yeah. And it's a plane ride, so you are getting away, but it's not a 9-hour plane ride. Right. So
it is in total if you. Coming from our end, you have to go to California, then to Hawaii.
But so you get a break. Yeah, you get a break. Whereas from here to London, it is 9 hours on the plane. Mm-hmm. So I like that too. So I love London, but that's Hawaii.
We've talked about it though. If we went back to the same places, there's things that we would. It's like we've done that island tour like 3 or 4 different times, and it's like we can't there's no more island tour. We got to find something else different to do because you see the same things.
But you know what? I would still, the thing that appeals to me is they take you to the North Shore.
Yeah, but I think you can do an excursion just to the North Shore.
And you don't have to worry about driving. Yeah. Kevin doesn't want to
I don't want to have to fool with renting a car. Parking, getting parking in the hotel parking is you have to pay for it, and it's not easy. And I'd rather not fool with that stuff.
Yeah, it's expensive to do that.
I'd rather just pay an Uber to take me somewhere and bring me back than to rent a car, because renting a car is so expensive.
You know, why haven't we ever gotten just an Uber to take us to the North Shore then?
Good.
Because that's
that one little section that you're walking around in.
Yeah, but we do get to see sights on the way. Yeah. They do stop and stuff like that. I don't mind doing the same things all the time. I think
they have tours that go to just the North Shore though, and just leave you for 4 or 5 hours, and then you leave, you go back.
Yeah, see, why haven't we done that?
We just haven't done it. We've always done the circle tours.
I would like that, because the ones that we've done are a more limited time, and you don't get a chance to do everything.
No, you can go to like a couple stores, and that's it.
Yeah, I would like to have the chance to stay there longer.
Yeah. But Hawaii.
Hawaii, yeah. That's funny that we both agree on that. But besides lettuce, what are your 2 favorite salad ingredients?
I'm a very basic salad person, so literally I would have a salad with just lettuce. That's my salad.
But that's not the question.
I know. Probably tomatoes and onions.
So you would have lettuce and tomato and onion
and
whatever salad dressing.
Yeah, dressing.
And you would be fine with that.
Yeah, I'd be fine with lettuce and dressing.
I know, but that wasn't the question.
I know, but I'm saying though, that's how basic salad.
I'm
not a salad person.
You get whatever salad dressing, that's a given, and you get the lettuce, that's a given. So I'm gonna add.
Well, and also, do you count the toppings like croutons and bacon bits and stuff like that? Would that be part of the salad, or would that be like part of the dressing?
No, that's part of the salad. You only get 2 toppings. So if croutons is going to be one of yours, then you would have to eliminate something to have those croutons.
Then I would get tomatoes and... No, I wouldn't even get tomatoes. I would literally get bacon and croutons. Or egg. Egg and salad is really good.
Kevin's turning it into a cheeseburger. Egg and croutons. You know...
And lettuce.
A boiled egg can make the difference.
Oh, it makes wonderful salads.
It takes an ordinary salad and elevates it, that boiled egg. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and that's something that Ashley does. Every time she'll make us a house salad, she boils an egg and puts that in there, and it's like, this is so good.
I can live without the tomatoes though.
Okay, for me, 2 things. I like how you picked bacon and egg. Is that what you said?
Croutons and eggs.
Croutons and egg. Okay, because didn't you say bacon?
I would do the bacon too, but then I thought the egg. I'd rather have the eggs.
Okay, I'm gonna say cucumber. I love cucumber, but you have to take the skin off. I don't want the skin.
Probably freaking radishes.
No, no. Honestly, I would. I like the idea of that egg. I think I'm going to pick cucumber and boiled egg. So I'm going to have lettuce, cucumber, boiled egg, and then I'm going to have some
dressing.
Thousand Island dressing. What kind of dressing are you choosing?
I like honey mustard.
Honey mustard on
Love
a salad?
Love a good honey mustard.
Okay, because you like honey mustard with a lot of things.
Yeah, I would eat honey mustard. When I go to a restaurant, I order honey mustard.
Well, since you like honey mustard too much, why haven't you ever taken those Snyder's pretzels? Is it too hard? Because you could take those little...
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't want to crumble those up.
Snyder's of Hanover,
yeah.
They're already in little pieces. No. Would that be too crunchy for a salad?
Too much.
Okay.
Too much.
Okay. Let's see. If you were granted one wish, what would you wish for?
And
you can't wish for unlimited wishes.
No, that's cheating. I wish... This is going to sound weird. I wish that I could play any musical instrument to like master level that's ever been known to man or ever will be known.
You just wasted your wish. You totally wasted your wish.
No, because think about it. If I'm really good at playing any musical instrument ever, I could do concerts and stuff and make money. So and you're doing something you enjoy. you're bringing happiness to people. So that would just
I love piano.
They would
I
win
really
all
enjoy
over.
piano.
But think about it, they could bring in, so like you could have a thing to where you could be like, okay, you bring an instrument to me and I'll play it. Of course, you know how to play it because it's going to insert into your mind like the Matrix, right? So the minute you're handed the whatever it is, the whatchamacallit, Googie Hammer, then you're going to get it and you immediately start playing it to the master level, like the perfect level.
My wish, I'm not going to have to work at all. Like Kevin's going to have to work. I'm not going to have to work because I'm going to wish for unlimited money.
Just reach in a box, grab money.
Unlimited money forever. Unlimited money. That is my wish.
You can't buy happiness.
Bull. That is the biggest lie you
Whoever made that up.
Yes. That, if somebody said, what is the biggest lie you've ever been told? That's it, is that money can't buy happiness. Liars.
That's not to say that people...
You can buy me happiness. Trust me, I can buy it. Believe me, give it to me, I'll show you.
That's not to say that people that have money are happy all the time.
No, it's not to say that. Because I think you have to have a...
You make it what it is.
Yeah, you get up every day and you decide... and you taught me this, you know, you really did. Kevin has taught me so many great things, but Kevin has said, you get up and you decide how your day's going to be. Either you're going to get up and knowing I've got to go to work and you're going to be in a grumpy mood and you're going to just stomp your way through the day, or you're going to wake up saying, I woke up another day. And I get to go to work and I get to talk to these people at work and I get to do these things. I've been allowed to do these things. And you make the day what you want. But I still think money can buy happiness. Okay.
You can at least buy the illusion.
Trust me, I'm going to be traveling all the time. So I'm going to be very, very happy.
See, we could be traveling. If I knew how to play every instrument ever, you could do concerts all over the world.
Yeah, but you're having to take a break from what you're wanting to do to play piano. Whereas my way, you're not having to do anything. Yeah, well, you could. I don't want to have to do anything. I just want it just give it to me so that I can travel. Okay. What is your favorite candy? What is your favorite candy? Like candy.
Like hard candy or not candy bars?
Not candy bars, because that's the next question. What's your favorite candy bar?
Probably the Sour Patch Kids. I really like those.
I like Sour Patch Kids too. Yeah. I really do like Sour Patch Kids.
If I were to buy some kind of sweet candy at the store, if I were to say, or if somebody were to say, okay, go buy something. Anything in the store you can go buy and you're going to eat it. I'd probably pick those.
Mine would be...
Or Reese's Pieces. One of the two. Those are not chocolate.
Okay. Mine would be either Sour Patch Kids or Werther's Original.
I like Werther's. I don't love them that much, but I do like them.
But I think I tend to go overboard on either one.
Oh, I do too.
The thing that I like about Werther's Original is it lasts, the hard ones, not the soft ones, not the chewy ones. Because those are awesome. But I can pop those like crazy. The thing that I like about the Werther's over like a Sour Patch Kid is it lasts me so much longer.
Yeah, Sour Patch Kids, I can literally eat a whole bag of those.
So I'm going to choose Werther's Original. The original hard caramel Werther's Original. Okay. And then what is your favorite candy bar? And this is going to be, we did not get to all the questions, but this is going to be the last one because I know we've gone over. What is your favorite candy bar?
Would a Reese's Cup be considered a candy bar?
Oh, yes.
And a Reese's Cup. I'd buy a Reese's Cup. Reese's Cup or Snickers. Either one of those, depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I would buy either one of those.
I love a Reese's Cup too. So I'm going to say I do love a Reese's Cup. I have 3 favorite candy bars. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do our top 3. Just because I want to name all mine. Because I like them all. It's hard to choose one. I would never turn down a Reese's Cup. I would never turn down a Payday. And I would never turn down a Fifth Avenue.
I haven't had a Fifth Avenue in forever.
Those 3.
See, I like Reese's Cups and Snickers. But I also like whatchamacallits.
You like Almond Joy.
I don't love those, but they're okay. I like a
You
whatchamacallit
used
though.
to.
I like a 1,000, 100 grand, or 1,000 grand, or million
100
grand,
grand. I think
100,000,
it's
whatever
called
they're called.
100 grand.
I love those, and I go through stages though. So I'll I buy whatchamacallits for like months, and I'll just have them in the drawer.
And I could never eat a whatchamacallit ever again.
I
in my
like the
whole life and be
crunchiness and
fine.
the flavor, but then again, I get tired of those, and I'll move on to getting the 100 grands or whatever they are. It's just I just go through stages.
Yeah.
But something that I would always eat is a Reese's cup.
Reese's cup, yeah, and it doesn't matter the shape, the size, what it just doesn't matter.
Melty, doesn't matter.
I would not choose the dark chocolate, but if that was the only thing available, I would take it. I would rather have the white or the milk.
They've added stuff to them. I just want the regular old. Give me a Reese's cup or a white Reese's cup.
I like those thick ones. Is
big
it
cup?
a big cup?
Yeah.
I like the thick ones because you can buy one of those and just eat that one
Has more
and
peanut
be
butter.
completely satisfied. I absolutely love those.
So that's my favorite.
That's probably my all-time favorite ever is a
cup.
Reese's cup. Yeah. So, but we did not get to all the questions. So we will do this again, and if you have any questions for us, you can put them below, and we'll get to them at some point because I love these. I think this is a lot of fun, and I love it when you all, even if you don't answer all the questions, if you just like elaborate on one or two, I always think it's interesting and it's fun to get to know you all through your comments and stuff like that. And if we don't agree on everything, it's okay. You know, I'm not asking anybody, I'm not trying to convince anybody to change to my way of thinking. And likewise, I don't want you to do that with me either. So, you know, we're all different and we're just here having a good time. So I hope you enjoyed the video and we'll see you next week.